Doctor, let's begin where most of us begin, with a question you may have carried for years. Can a long life also be a strong life? I want to tell you, from the heart of what I've seen and studied, that the answer is yes. Not because of a secret pill or perfect genes, but because of steady habits and a way of living that centers body, heart, and mind. I'm going to share 6 clear, gentle habits centenarians often use. For each one, I'll tell you a short human story, explain the why in plain terms, and then give practical steps you can try this week. And because we're in conversation, I'll pause and imagine your questions. I'll answer them as we go. Ready? Doctor, softly. First, movement. Not the no pain, no gain idea, but movement that's consistent, useful, and respectful to body. Patient, quieter. I always thought exercise had to look like a gym class. I can't run anymore. My knees ache. Doctor, you're in good company. Many centenarians don't run marathons. Take Maria from Sardinia. She's 102 and says gardening is her daily routine. She bends, lifts light pots, walks slowly between rows, and breathes deeply in the morning. To her, it's life, not exercise. Yet her steady habits preserve balance and muscle. Why this matters. Muscle and bone need regular signals to stay strong. Gentle. Everyday movement keeps circulation flowing, reduces stiffness, and protects against falls, the single greatest physical risk as we age. Practical steps. Start with micro movements. Stand up and sit down 8 to 12 times, twice a day. Walk in short bursts, 5 to 10 minutes every hour if possible. Pair movement with routine. Stretch when you make coffee. Walk during phone calls. Include balance practice. Heel raises while holding a kitchen counter, or one leg stand supported by a chair. Patient. That feels doable. But what if I'm worried about a fall? Doctor, great question. If balance is a concern, begin seated. Ankle circles, leg lifts, shoulder rolls. Work with a physiotherapist for tailored guidance. The goal is steady progression. Kindness, not force. Doctor, second, food. Centenarians often eat simply, mostly whole foods, and practice moderation. Patient, I love food. I'd miss big meals. Doctor, you don't have to give up pleasure. Let me tell you about Mr. Tanaka in Okinawa. At 101, he enjoys small portions of rice, vegetables, a little fish, and the company of others. He practices hara hachibiyu, stopping when he's about 80% full. It's not deprivation, it's mindful savoring. Why this matters. Eating smaller, less processed meals reduces metabolic strain, helps weight control, and supplies the nutrients needed for muscle, bone, and brain health. Practical steps. Eat slowly. Put down your fork between bites and notice fullness. Add a plant to each meal, a salad, steamed veg, or a piece of fruit. Reduce processed snacks gradually. Replace one sugary snack per day with nuts or yogurt. Keep mealtime social when possible. Shared meals encourage slower eating and emotional warmth. Patient. What about medications and diets for conditions like diabetes? Doctor, always coordinate with your healthcare team. The centenarian principles, moderation, whole foods, and mindful eating usually complement medical plans. If you have special needs, a dietitian can help adapt these ideas safely. Doctor, third, connection. Humans are social animals. Long-lived people guard their social bonds. Patient, softly. I live alone now. Sometimes the days are quiet. Doctor, loneliness matters. George, 101 from Oklahoma, meets neighbors on his porch each evening. They check on one another, reminisce, and laugh. The ritual of being known is profoundly protective. Why this matters. Social contact shapes mood, lowers stress hormones, supports sleep, and motivates healthy behaviors. When we belong, we invest in life. Practical steps. Schedule one social contact a week, a phone call, short visit, or a class. Rekindle small rituals, a Sunday call, a shared TV show, or a local club. Mixed generations, relationships with younger people, grandchildren, volunteers, students bring fresh energy. Use technology if distance is the issue. Video calls can bridge gaps. Practice with a patient friend. Patient, what if I feel socially awkward? Doctor, start small. Choose low-pressure settings, a library group, a craft workshop, or volunteer roles that fit your comfort. Often, sharing a task, knitting, gardening, baking, is the easiest way into conversation. Doctor, fourth, purpose. Centenarians nearly always have a reason to rise each morning. Patient, I retired years ago. Sometimes I wonder what my role is. Doctor, purpose can be small and practical. Florence, 103, knits blankets for newborns. Each blanket arrives with card. Little acknowledgments line her kitchen wall. She says those cards remind her she is still needed. Why this matters. Purpose fuels motivation, supports routines, and gives meaning to daily life. It's a psychological nutrient. It keeps people engaged and resilient. Practical steps. Make a short list. 3 small useful things you care about that you can still do. Try micro-volunteering, a weekly check-in call, reading to a child, or making simple items for a community group. Blend purpose with skill. If you love cooking, consider a meal-sharing program. If you like plants, help at a community garden. Reframe roles. Being a storyteller, a mentor, or a reliable neighbor are meaningful. Patient. How do I find purpose after losses? Doctor. Purpose often evolves. Start by honoring what mattered before. Ask, what small act a day would make me feel useful? Try for a week. Purpose grows incrementally. Doctor. Fifth, emotional resilience. Letting go of what drains you while keeping the joys. Patient, quietly. I still carry old resentments and anxieties. They feel heavy. Doctor, you're not alone. Luis, a 100-year-old farmer in Costa Rica, lost many people over decades. He told me, worry steals your days, but acceptance gives them back. That doesn't erase grief. It shifts how you carry it. Why this matters. Chronic stress increases inflammation, disrupts sleep, and drains motivation. Emotional resilience, acceptance, forgiveness, routine calming practices protects both mind and body. Practical steps. Short calming rituals. 3 deep breaths before getting out of bed. 5 minutes of quiet after lunch, or a brief gratitude pause at dinner. Cognitive reframing. When a worry appears, ask, is this something I could act on? If not, label it as unhelpful thought, and gently return to the present. Ritualize grief. Keep a small memory box, visit a grave, or write a letter. Honoring grief helps release its hold. Seek support. If sadness or anxiety is overwhelming, therapy or support group can be life-changing. Patient. Sometimes I worry therapy is for others. Is it okay to seek help? Doctor. Absolutely. Therapy is a tool, like physiotherapy for thoughts and feelings. It's practical, not a sign of weakness. Many centenarians I've studied welcome counseling at certain points in life. Doctor. Sixth, curiosity. Lifelong learners tend to stay mentally and emotionally vibrant. Patient, smiling faintly. I always thought I was too old to learn new things. Doctor. Helen from Australia began piano at 99. She practices 20 minutes a day and lights up when she plays. Curiosity keeps the brain forming new connections and keeps the spirit energized. Why this matters. Learning challenges the brain, reduces boredom, and creates small wins that boost mood and confidence. Practical steps. Pick a tiny learning goal, a poem to memorize, a simple song, or a short online class. 5 to 15 minutes daily is enough. Choose low-pressure environments, community classes, library sessions, or beginner online videos. Combine learning and social contact, a language group, a book club, or an art circle. Celebrate process over outcome. The joy is in trying. Patient. I worry I'll fail. Doctor. Failure is a teacher. Curiosity requires permission to be imperfect. That's where growth lives. Doctor. Reflective. Let's bring these 6 pieces together with a practical, gentle plan you can try over 2 weeks. The aim is habit stacking, small actions that build identity. 2-week starter plan, gentle. Week 1, foundation. Day 1, movement. 3 10-minute walks spread through the day. Sit to stand sets after each walk. Day 2, food. Add a colorful vegetable to 2 meals. Practice putting your fork down between bites. Day 3, social. Call someone you haven't spoken to in a while for 10 minutes. Day 4. Purpose. Pick one small, helpful task. Write a note. Water a neighbor's plants. Day 5. Calm. Practice 5 minutes of breathing or listening to a calming song. Day 6. Curiosity. Spend 10 minutes learning a new recipe or skill. Day 7. Reflection. Write or say 3 things that brought you joy this week. Week 2. Build. Day 8. Movement. Add a balance exercise, heel raises or one-leg stand, and repeat sit-to-stand sets. Day 9. Food. Replace one processed snack with fruit or nuts. Day 10. Social. Join a local or online group that matches an interest. Day 11. Purpose. Volunteer for a short, repeatable task. Day 12. Calm. Practice a brief gratitude routine at bedtime. Day 13. Curiosity. Sign up for one beginner class or watch 2 tutorial videos. Day 14. Reflection. Review progress. Pick one habit to continue next week. Doctor. Practical. Now, let's address common worries people bring to my office. Patient. Isn't it too late to change? I'm in my 70s and I've been sedentary for years. Doctor. Not at all. Improvements appear quickly. Better sleep, more energy, mood lift. The body and mind retain plasticity. Start small and celebrate each gain. Patient. What if I have chronic illness? Doctor. Adaptation is the key. Movement can be seated. Purpose can be home-based. These principles are flexible and meant to respect your health realities. Coordinate with your healthcare team. Patient. How do I maintain consistency? Doctor. Tie new habits to existing routines. Habit stacking. Do a balance exercise after brushing your teeth or call a friend after your lunch. Small rewards and a gentle tracking method, a simple checklist, help. Doctor. Compassionate. I want to clear up a few myths because they come up often. Myth. Longevity requires perfection. Reality. It requires steady, compassionate choices. Mistakes happen. Get up and try again. Myth. It's all genetics. Reality. Genes matter, but habits, connection, and emotional health shape how those genes express themselves. Myth. You must be independent to age well. Reality. Interdependence. Trusting neighbors, family, and services often supports the longest, richest lives. Doctor. Encouraging. If you're wondering where to begin, pick one small thing from the list today. Maybe walk 5 minutes extra, add a vegetable to one meal, or make one phone call. Identity shifts slowly. When you do small things repeatedly, you start to see yourself differently as someone who moves, who reaches out, who keeps learning. Patient. I'd like to try the breathing practice and a short walk tomorrow. Doctor. Gentle smile and voice. Perfect. Notice after the walk how your body feels. Notice after the breathing how your mind settles. Small experiments teach you what works. Doctor. Closing warmly. Before we end, I want to invite you to reflect and share. Which of these 6 secrets touches you right now? Which feels realistic to begin this week? If you feel comfortable, write one small step in the comments below. Your intention may help someone else take theirs. If this conversation felt helpful, please like the video, subscribe for more compassionate guidance about aging well, and share with someone who might need a gentle nudge. Thank you for listening to yourself today. May your days be measured in meaningful movement, nourishing meals, close company, clear purpose, calm moments, and fresh curiosity.